Hey IBA family, I'm coming to you from El Salvador. So I spent the week down here at my twin brother's church and school, and I'm teaching a seminary class down here for him for his college. And I thought I'd do a quick tour and see, so y'all could see what a school and a church looks like here in El Salvador. And about to go into the school. They're actually dismissing right now. It's about noon. The first group of students. So the school here starts at 6:45 in the morning. That's right, 6:45 school starts, not early stay, school. And they have two groups of school. The younger students, kindergarten, elementary is in the morning, and then your high school or equivalent is in the afternoon type thing. But this is what a street looks like here in El Salvador. That's pretty normal. And this right here is their drop-off and pickup area. They have about 230 students, I think they said. And so a lot of students. But the pickup and drop-off is right here. This is the door. It's a big rolling door. You got partially open. That's where you get into the school. And so it's very different than our pickup and drop-off. They just clog up the street and move them in and out as fast as possible and bring 120 kids out here over 20-30 minutes. And so we'll go ahead and go into the school in Cojutepeque, El Salvador, where I'm at. Everything's basically on a hill. It's on a mountain, and the whole town's on the side of the mountain. And so we'll walk right in here, and this is their hola, mano. Say hello to my friends in Maryland.
Hello, Maryland.
And so this here is the auditorium, some of the bigger classes, as well as their parking lot. They don't have on the street parking. And so all the vehicles and everything will end up in here, and they'll move for the night especially, and they'll move them back and forth when the street's more open at night and unsafe. So they bring them all in here during the daytime. They'll park them out there. And so this is the auditorium here. Stairway up to most of the school. Over here, excuse me guys, there's all the kids waiting for dismissal over here. These are all kindergarten classes here. Science lab, and then bathrooms, and their water tanks are actually right here because they have one small line, about half-inch line, that brings water to the whole facility. So everyone in El Salvador has big reservoirs on their property, and the whole thousands of gallons of water. So he's got about 10,000 gallons of water in his tanks that he tries to hold as much as possible. A lot of it's rainwater and everything like that they have to try and hold, because they'll get city water. The city will turn the water on to facilities once a week, hopefully. And it's just a half-inch line that's coming into the facility, fill up those tanks, and then they turn it off and turn on another section of the town. Kind of how that works. And so, this is this is the lower level. There's several levels to this place. Again, it's built on the side of a mountain. Hey, Micah, say hi. This is Micah. He's my nephew. He's my twin brother's middle son. And so he just got out of school. And so he's sitting here waiting for lunch. Just a moment. So we're walking up here to the next level. Up here. And this is what you see. Stairs going up to the next couple levels. And we've got one big area here with some classrooms and some offices. Hello. Hello. So this is their school office. Hey guys, how we doing? Hello, hello. Traffic jam. Hey David, it's good to see you. Say hello to my friends in Maryland. And so this, everyone say hi. I'm video recording. I'm sending this out to my school. So say hello. And some of them are also students in the class that I'm teaching this week. And Joel, why are you under the table? So I don't know. He's in trouble, I guess. That's my nephew. Actually, my oldest nephew. Joel's my oldest nephew, right? Yeah, he's the oldest one. And so he's under the table. I guess he got in trouble. I don't know. He's as big as me now, though. This is my sister-in-law, Esther.
Hello.
I'm making this for my school family here. This is where she sits. And then it's my twin brother back over here. Say hi, Adam.
Hello.
And he's interviewing missionaries for the missions conference. That's his office. And so I'm going to stop interrupting that interview. And then I'll show you all a couple of classrooms, what a couple of classrooms look like in El Salvador. Hello, how are you doing? So this is one of the classrooms, just clearing it out and getting ready for the afternoon group of students to come in. Still got a few minutes here, so if you don't want to watch the whole thing, that's fine, but I also want to take this video for the students mainly, and that they could see what a school looks like here in El Salvador. And this is a pretty common school. Hey guys, how we doing? All the teenagers are up here. This is their kitchen. This is their snack shop. This is where they feed breakfast for everybody and lunch. And so that's it. What you just saw, that's the whole thing right there. And they feed a couple hundred people out of that 5 days a week. And so pretty impressive feat and good food. Oh my soul, the pupusas down here are amazing. Of course, El Salvador is kind of like home to the pupusas. So basically I just come down here for that. This is my third time down here in El Salvador. So got bathrooms here and a mirrored on the other side, and got a workroom. Hey guys, how we doing? It's where all the work gets done, right? You're not working, you're eating. No food, more work. You guys have a good one. And so pretty much everything here you have to manufacture on site. It's all concrete and metal, pretty much in El Salvador. Everything's concrete and metal. And so you got to be able to weld, pour concrete, and fix and manufacture just about everything that you need down here. And this is what one of the high school rooms will look like. Everything's open air. There's no air conditioning. There's no, they have fans here. Let's see, make sure I got that. Yeah, there we go. We've got fans. And so that's all that they have. Everything else is open air. There's no other choice. And the problem is with that is when it rains, you have this big overhang here, and that protects you from the rain this side, but those windows over there are there's not much of an eave over that side, so you have to close the windows down when it's raining, and it's still very hot, so it gets very, very steamy in these classrooms. And this is a whole line of classrooms down here. Now I'm going to walk up over here to the upper lot. There's still more to see. And you can see here, you see that black water tank right there. That's a smaller one. They have a few like that above ground. Most of them are under the floor. They have them buried underneath the concrete floors. And so, and each water tank will do like maybe a bathroom or two and everything like that. So for the kitchen, what you would actually drink, they have water filtration systems for that. But anything that you would, and for the kitchen as well, but anything like washing your hands or for the bathrooms, anything like that, it's just going to be rainwater, essentially. And so lots of steps here. So they have out here is a outdoor, say hello. I'm making this for my school back home. And so it's a fellow American here, so from the Boston area, just outside Boston. And so she's down here this is just over a year now. She's been down here working at the facility, so it's been pretty awesome. This is an outdoor, kind of their playground, if you will. And so nice metal soccer goals. I kind of like that idea. I might get that for a playground, a basketball hoop, but they mainly play soccer here. And they build everything kind of like this here. You see how this rebar is sticking up? They do that on purpose to, if they ever want to build up higher, you can attach to it and keep going. And that's just kind of how they build things here. And hopefully no one gets stabbed on them. It's just what they do. Everyone does it. And my brother, the school was in existence long before my brother came. And actually the school was given to the church, my brother's sending church. And they just kind of gave him a school. A member of the church said, hey, I own a private school in El Salvador. It's kind of a weird thing to do, but it's not too unusual. A lot of wealthy people from El Salvador will start a school. If they become wealthy, they start a school to help. The public schools are really bad. And so like 50% of the population goes to private schools. So very different than America in that sense with the ratios. And so he gave the school to the church he was attending in California. And that's my brother's sending church as a missionary. And so he started a church here. We kind of restarted it a little bit and then took over the school and now runs both. And so up here is kind of a little amphitheater area, and they'll do different classes, and they got storage up over there and a stage over there if they want to use another water tank, and just a big open area here that they'll eat lunches and everything like that, and of course under the overhang. And then the property even goes up further. We won't go up there, but that's they own all the way up there with those houses. And one level is a guest house for like missionaries that come in and visitors, and then another level is staff housing. So that is the long and short of the facility here, but it's a really great view. See how well we can see everything. You can see the town. I think there's 80,000 people or so that live in the town, and which is mostly up that direction, kind of on the edge, a main route into town, but kind of at the edge of it. And then you can see the mountains all the way in the distance over there. So it's a very mountainous region, very beautiful, and warm, pretty warm. They're fine with it, but then again, I was down here teaching one time in January, last time I was down here, and of course, again, you know, the auditorium is just open air, and it was snowing at home there in Maryland, and I was laughing because I was teaching and everybody had on winter jackets. I mean, like our style of winter jackets. Everyone here had on winter jackets, and it was like 71 degrees, and they were freezing, and they had like their hoods up, the big poofy marshmallow jackets, you know, hoods up, drawstrings down, you know, just barely see, and they're freezing trying to take notes in the college class. And I'm like, man, I'm warm. Like, I'm rolling up my long sleeve shirt because it's 70 degrees and I'm teaching. So it doesn't really get cold here very often. Well, really at all. It's pretty constant temperature, and somewhat mild though, because they are up in the mountains. I think they're 3,000 feet in elevation, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it doesn't get super hot here. It pretty much stays in the 80s for most of the time, and we get down to the mid 70s at night, and that's pretty consistent. We get to the 90s, and then they have a rainy season, dry season. So it's a great place. The Lord's done a great work here, and the church just had a few members when my twin brother came about, I want to say 12 years ago, something like that, 12, 13 years ago. Now they have a couple hundred, and the school's in pretty rough shape when he got here. He had a lot of students, but it was a Christian school in name only. And I mean, Jesus wasn't even really taught. A lot of the teachers weren't even Christians, so it was a pretty rough shape. And the Lord's been able to use them and really help the spirit of the school. They're sending out, they're training up young people and discipling them and interning in the church, and then sending out missionaries now. And so it's a really great work the Lord's doing here. And so I just want to do a quick tour, but I'm looking at it, it's 13 minutes now, but at least give you a little bit of insight maybe that most people wouldn't have into touring a school or the church down here in El Salvador. Now that's my nephew that was underneath the table for whatever reason earlier, Joel. And so I've got another one running around here somewhere, the youngest, Isai, and my twin brother has 3 kids. And so, hey, hope you all enjoyed this. It's a fun little journey. It's really nothing to do with our school per se, but it's a unique thing. And oh, there's my youngest nephew. At least my brother's youngest son. That's Isai. Say hello, Isai.
Hello.
And so it's a quick tour, and I hope you all can enjoy it and just get a little glimpse into what another part of the world looks like, and people to pray for. This work the Lord's going on all around the world, not just in Clinton, Maryland. And we're thankful for that. We're blessed by that. But also, I sit here and just look around. I'm thankful for the school, but I'm very thankful for our school. Nice controlled climates, air conditioned, big open places, lots of ground, and a big campus. And so these are things that it's easy to take for granted. Certainly myself included, and forget that we have a lot to be thankful for living in America. Thank you all so much for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you soon when I get back.